As Cameroon prepares to mark its so-called National Unity Day on May 20th, the streets of Bamenda and Bambili are teeming not with celebratory flags and patriotic cheers, but with fear, terror, and the footsteps of military trucks packed with soldiers. Behind the regime's annual facade of unity lies a brutal, calculated campaign of intimidation, arbitrary arrests, and state-sponsored sexual violence, and yes, sexual violence, all meant to force a narrative the people of southern Cameroons have long rejected. Reports from the University of Bamenda in Bambili paint a grim picture. On Wednesday, the Cameroonian military descended on campus in full force. Students, many of them preparing for their exams, they were rounded up en masse. Homes and dormitories were searched without warrants. Of course, warrants do not exist in that country. Young women were molested. Mothers were dragged from their homes. In what has become a pattern during this season, every year, the army is not simply patrolling, it is occupying, it is punishing southern Cameroonians. Residents say this is not security. This is collective punishment designed to produce two outcomes. Number one, silence, and two, stage compliance. They raid our homes, one said, arrest our children, then film them in army-controlled stadiums as if they were proud to march on May 20th, said a local parent whose daughter narrowly escaped the raids. After the cameras are off, they are released like nothing. Zero happened. That's not patriotism. That is cohesion to its best core. The same scenes are playing out across the southern zone of Ambazonia. In preparation for the so-called May 20th celebrations, a complete lockdown has been declared by Ambazonian leaders and activists starting this Monday, May the 19th. The message is clear. Ambazonians will not be forced to celebrate the death of their sovereignty, the death of their freedom. This year's wave of repression reveals a deep contradiction in the Cameroonian state narrative. If indeed, May 20 is truly a celebration of unity and patriotism, why the need to flood Bambili and other towns with soldiers? Why? Why the arbitrary arrest? Why the beatings? Why the rape and the humiliation of young women? The answer is simple. Because the people do not believe in this unity, and the regime knows it. This is not a celebration, it is a performance, and the actors are being held at gunpoint. For decades, southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians have rejected May 20th as a symbol of betrayal. It marks the day in 1972 when the federal structure that once gave southern Cameroon's autonomy was abolished through a manipulated referendum. Since then, the day has come to represent not unity, but annexation, cultural erasure, and brutal occupation. The crackdown in Bambili and similar operations across the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia are not just security measures. What do you have to fear in students? They are designed to create optics, televised images of students, youth traditional rulers, as we heard in Fago, and civilians waving flags and marching as if they have embraced the Cameroonian state. But these images are false, manufactured through pain and fear. In Bambili, residents are also expressing growing anger at local CPDM leaders who have openly invited the military presence into their communities. These enablers, bootlickers, cronies from Yaoundé, often motivated by personal gain, personal political gain, sacrifice their own people to maintain favor in Yaoundé. This is the future they have chosen for our youth, to be paraded and used like pawns in the false celebration. A community elder told me, the complicity of CPDM loyalists is what has emboldened the state, the Cameroon state, La République du Cameroon, to continue these repressive tactics year after year. But not all are silent. Voices in the diaspora and in liberated areas of Ambazonia are calling for accountability, as we will see later in Moyoka. Documentation of abuses and international condemnation are also surfacing. As Ambazonians prepare for the lockdown beginning Monday, brace for further violence. One question resonates louder than ever. If May 20th truly represents national unity, why must it be enforced at gunpoint? Why must it be enforced at gunpoint? Until Cameroon can answer that question without military convoys, arrests, and sexual violence, the people of Ambazonia will continue to reject the charade. For them, May 20th is not a day of pride. It is a yearly reenactment of occupation. And this year, like every year before, the world is watching.